Let's Nightfall, Episode 8, and this week's Nightfall is the Nexus. Not too bad of a solo this week, a little bit longer of a solo, but all in all, pretty quick, pretty easy. So for this first room, we're going to be taking out 3 different Taken captains. You see there up in the left-hand corner, defeat Taken captains. So there's going to be 3 of them. They will not all 3 be out at the same time. So once you kill the first one, then the second one will spawn, and so on and so on. So the first Taken captain will either be spawned to our right or to the very far left-hand corner of this room, all the way to the far left. We're going to be doing the majority of our killing from all the way back here. Again, like I say in every Nightfall video, we're killing everything that we can from as far away as possible. There's no point to push into the room yet. Along with these waves that are spawning, you are also going to have the invisible Praetorians or Minotaurs, whatever they are. They are the things that are going to get you killed, so you need to be very careful about that. So you see those ads all the way up the stairs. I'm just floating rockets, and I can kind of see, it might be harder for you to see, but I can kind of make out an invisible Minotaur walking around. That's where my first Taken captain's going to be, the far left-hand corner of the room. So I just wanted to clear out these first initial ads, kind of where those heavy packs are on the ground. You saw how we came in and took them out. Now we can kind of work into the room. It's safer to work in the room. Again, if you get in trouble, you can fall all the way back up the steps. So now I'm going to push in. I got rockets. I got packs on the ground. Time to let them fly. So we can talk about the setup. Primary, use whatever you want to use, guys. If you do have access to a gun that does bonus Taken damage, highly suggest using it. I'm using the King's Fall Raid Pulse Rifle. As far as special goes, we're going with a sniper rifle. Just use your favorite one, whatever one that is. For heavy, go with Gallahorn. If you do not have access to Gallahorn, perfectly fine. Just use your next best rocket launcher. Truth would be cool as well. We can go over the modifiers real quick. Epic, Brawler, Grounded, Fresh Troops, and Ironclad. The modifiers really aren't a big pain this week, though Grounded can be a big pain during the boss fight. For supers, I'm going with Night Stalker. Hunters, you're kind of at a disadvantage this week. It's nice to have a ad clearing super. You can do Blade Dancer or Golden Gun if you'd like to have a more offensive super, but I think with the melee modifier, Night Stalker and Smoke Nades is the way to go. For Warlocks, I personally would go with Void Bomb up till the boss and then switch to Self-Res. If you want to use Stormcaller, perfectly fine. Titans, I would go with Hammers the entire fight. So I'm just continuously, slowly moving up, making sure, trying not to jump, remembering not to jump too much, moving up to take out. So there's our first captain, our tortured captain. It's the time to let the rockets fly, let your super fly, and you can see Gallahorn is eating this tortured captain up. The second that we take out our first tortured captain, we are going to bail back to that little back hallway area. I'm going to do a little fast forward here, not miss anything. My first tortured captain had a sliver of health left, just went back to get some heavy packs, and then let it fly to take him out. So the second we take him out, we're bailing. Bail back, bail back, bail back. So now ads are spawning, and that's going to tell me that my second captain is going to be up there. He's coming out of a different left door, but he's going to come to these left steps because that's where the initial ads spawned in. Took a quick look to my right just to make sure. It has been a while since I've done this strike, and here he comes, our second tortured captain, coming down the left side as well. He is taken out. That tells me my third captain's either going to be directly to my right or the far right-hand corner. But first, before we move up, guys, remember, we're going to focus on taking out ads, taking out the Minotaurs, because that's what's going to get you killed. You can fall all the way this far back, guys. No ads are going to push past that door frame that you see in my scope. The door frame all the way up here, not this first one, that door frame where that Minotaur's at. No ads. You can sit back here. You could wait for your super, wait for heavy packs. If you get in trouble, fall all the way back. No ads will pursue you past this door frame right in front of me. So I'm going to mosey on out, do a quick little look on right door. Our guy is not on right door, so that tells me he's in the back right. And there's his little Hayukit blinding blast right there, giving us clarification that he is indeed in the back right-hand corner of this room, though I have these 2 stupid Minotaurs that I need to take out first. I'm going to do a quicker fast forward here, not miss anything, guys, waiting on a pack cooldown, and I'm also just, moseying on out, doing a couple shots on the Minotaurs, bailing back, remembering not to jump because Grounded is on. So I popped a pack. I'm going to use Gallahorn to finish off this last Minotaur, and then we will be able to focus on our third captain. The Minotaurs are dangerous, and they're what's going to get you killed in this very first room. So just be aware of them and be very careful. And you see, we've done the majority of the fight from this back hallway. We haven't even really been into the room. Now we're freely going to be able to move up into the room to take out our third and final tortured captain. Once you do take out all 3 of your captains, we will be able to skip the next little room. The next room is very easy to do, so if you are working towards your gold score bounty or gold medal bounty, you're probably going to want to do the room, but if not, then you can just skip it. So we got all 3 of our captains down. Don't push up yet. 2 invisible Minotaurs are going to spawn, and you can kind of see they're coming out now. They're going to spawn out of that room, and they're going to come down the steps. So make sure you don't push up too fast and then get yourself in a bad situation. You're jumping with grounded on, and you get wrecked. Doing another little fast forward here, just taking out those 2 Minotaurs, guys, and then picking up some ammo. So to skip this next part, if you've never done the strike, you're brand new to Destiny, just hop up onto this door frame right here, and then look up. You will have an open window above you. For people that have done the strike before and have been around in Destiny, you know what I'm talking about. This room up to our left, it's not difficult, it's not hard. I just don't feel like doing it, and it saves me about 25 seconds. I'm going to do another slight fast forward here. These next little 2 areas, there's only a few adds, not too difficult. So you move in here, you'll have a couple taken vandals, nothing too difficult. There'll just be a few of them. Just take your time moving up. Remember that brawler is on, so your melee does a ton of damage. Just moving up, then there's going to be some goblins that will shield. Nothing too hard, nothing too difficult. So this is our next big room. And ease on in here. Be careful. You do have some taken snipers. There will be a couple of them. And there is sometimes a major goblin that will come into this room. But he's kind of RNG based. Sometimes he'll come into the room. Sometimes he will not come into the room. And you will see on my run, he comes into the room and almost kills me because I forgot about him. So we're just moving up, taking out these Vandal snipers. They're super annoying. They'll pop up their little protection bubble. Just move up and melee them, guys. I kept forgetting that brawler was on. So I like to focus on the left side real quick and take out these goblins. But you will see there's goblins on the other side. So there's goblins on the left, goblins on the right, and Minotaurs in the middle. And I wasn't checking my radar, so make sure you're popping in and out. You're not too glued in here because I almost die. And the major goblin comes up behind me. There he is, and a lot of the times they will be shielded because they have their little buddy, you know, shielding them. So majority of the times if he does come in this little server room, he will just walk out the door and he will leave. Other times he will stay in here. So just be aware of that. Don't be too glued in like I was on my primary. Make sure you're popping in and out just in case he does come from that right side. So there's going to be 2 of them. 1 got away. I only got 1 down. Totally fine. Okay, so this left little main area is clear for now. Now, you used to be able to run through this entire part, but now they have you actually doing something. But before we're going to pick up that orb relic, we're going to move over to this right side, and we're going to do this so we can take out these 2 Hoobaglooban snipers easier. So inch your way out, be careful. Once you take out 1, bail back to cover. Reload, regroup, reheal if you need to. Then we're going to sneak back out, and we're going to take out the second Hoobaglooban sniper. They are very, very dangerous in this room. Again, year 1, this used to be the one of the fastest strikes. You used to be able to run through this entire thing. Now we actually kind of have to do stuff. So I want you to inch your way out here. You probably have to stand up. You can't really crouch and pick this up, which is really, really stupid. You might have to fall down too. You should be able to pick it up from where I was, but I had to jump down to get it. So if you're totally unfamiliar with these little relics, you will get stat boost speeds to your melee and grenade. You see how fast they're coming back? My grenade and melee, I can just spam these over and over and over again as long as I am holding this orb. And I'm going to kind of a quick fast forward here, guys. All I am doing is just spamming my grenades, spamming my melee. So Titans and Warlocks, you can do the same thing. That's what I would suggest doing. Just spam your nade. You could have double solar nades with the Warlock. You could have double nades on the Titan with the Armamentarian. Just keep spamming your nades, spamming your nades. You can also just spam rockets and use your super, but I would suggest saving them for the second part of this room. So this is kind of the first part of this room where we're just trying to take out these 2 Minotaurs. And you see, all I'm doing, guys, is just spamming my grenade, spamming my melee. It might take a little bit longer to do it that way, but it's very, very easy. You just keep spamming your stuff. So I'm going to use my super and Gallowhorn here to clear out these Minotaurs, as the Hunter's Grenades are a little bit weaker, though the melee is great, as I choke my friggin' Night Stalker shot for the 5 millionth time in this game. And then I'm going to use my primary to take out this last Minotaur. I'm going to fast forward again. You're not missing anything, just simply taking out that last Minotaur and then checking if there were any goblins left. This is the good time to pop a pack if you are not full up on heavy. If you want to wait for your super, you can, but you don't really have to. So what we got to do is we just got to jump up here. This might be harder for the Warlocks to jump up here. If it is too hard, then just use this little ramp right here on the side. And we're going to put this relic in here. And once we do that, that Vex force field will be gone. And then just jump on down to this little conflux circle. The second you jump down, bail. I would suggest bailing, but if you have your super, you have a bunch of rockets, you don't necessarily have to bail. So once you jump in there, then new adds are going to spawn, and this is the second part. And all I'm going to do is just float Gallowhorn. There's going to be some Minotaurs that spawn. There's going to be some Goblins that spawn. It's nothing too overwhelming. All you got to do, float rockets and use your super. Once you finish taking out these enemies, we will be able to build up the little conflux circle, and then that second force field wall will drop, and we will be able to move on. I am kind of super fast forwarding here. You're not missing anything. This stupid Goblin kept shielding that Minotaur, and it took a little while for me to get him down. Once you do that, simply just stand in this circle. It will build on up. They're kind of bringing back, in which a lot of people think they're going to bring back Vogue and some of the old raids and bring them up to date. This strike is teaching you some of the mechanics of the raid, which is confluxes, though there's not really a conflux here. And then with the boss fight, you will be able to get to use the relic, which is heavily used in the Vault of Glass raid. So once you take out these goblins, you can try and run past them, but with grounded on, I would just shoot them. I'm going to do another little fast forward here. We're going to come to a little hill, and there's going to be a ton of goblins. If grounded was not on, I would just tell you to run past this, but because of grounded, you're going to want to take out these adds. It just is a little too dangerous this week to try and jump past them. So here we go, we're on to the boss fight. And you used to just be able to sit up here the entire time and shoot the boss, which made this strike one of the quickest in year one. So you will have a few enemies that are just already spawned in down there. You're going to have a couple snipers. You saw me just take out one. Then you're going to have that Minotaur over there, that invisible Minotaur, and you're going to have a goblin shielding him. That Minotaur is a major, and he is very, very dangerous. So you need to keep an eye on him and where he's at, and we need to take him out. So we're going to be using one of my favorite spots, the spot I always use when soloing this strike, especially in year one, and we're going to use it still. So follow my path. We are going to hop up top here, wait for those stupid mines to explode. I was taking a look to see if the Minotaur was anywhere in sight, and we're going to hop over here. And this is where we're going to be doing predominantly the entire strike from, right behind this little wall right here. We will be able to hop up, do damage on the boss, hop back down, and be fully protected. So here we go. I'm going to pop a pack, make sure we have full rockets. Now you're not completely invincible up here. Adds down below can shoot at you if they can see you. So what you're basically going to be doing is going from right side to left side to right side to left side to right side to left side to take out adds. Once the adds are down, we are then going to move to go and get the relic. Then we're going to take the boss's shield down, do damage from this spot all up here. So all I'm doing right now, guys, is focusing on clearing out these adds. I'm completely ignoring the boss. We still have that invisible major Minotaur running around, which is super annoying. I like to take him out before, hopefully before the boss spawns, but if not, that's okay. So what we're going to need to do is we're going to need to do some initial damage on the boss. And once we do that, then his shield is going to pop up. And you saw there, when the boss is pushed all the way up, he cannot hit you. He can hit you when you are up top, which you will see here in a second as I blow up some of these boxes. I just don't want to have some stupid thing kill me. He can hit you from here. He can definitely still hit you. But again, if you get in trouble, just fall back like I did and kneel down. And you're perfectly safe. Let your shield recover and you'll be good to go. I'm going to do a little slight fast forward. All you're doing, guys, is like I said, doing some initial damage on boss. Once his shield pops up, there it just popped up, adds will spawn in. Fall back down to the little protection area, and we're going to be using our rockets, grenades, melees, primary, whatever it may be to take out the adds. And we're focusing on the adds. Ignore the boss, ignore the relic. We want to clear out the room first. So with each subsequent wave of enemies that spawn, you will always have a little group that spawns down to our right, which you saw me take out with Gallahorn. Other enemies will make their way over to you, as you see this goblin's making his way over to me. Every subsequent wave will have more enemies as we go. Little side note, don't be worried about going down or running out of ammo, because if you're not familiar with Destiny, most people are, but Destiny will gift you ammo when you're super duper low. And I just got gifted ammo, so don't worry about like, oh, I'm going to run out of ammo up here. We are going to be going to the ground as well, so you can get ammo that way. Okay, so the floor is clear, but I still haven't taken out that major Minotaur yet. So I need to be aware of where he is, and he's right there shooting at me. But what we're going to do is we're going to get down to the ground like I did, and we're going to go over to the relic. Now, people unfamiliar with the relic, you have an R1 attack, you have an R2 attack, which you can use on ads, you have a vertical R2 attack you can use on ads, you have a super, which we're going to be using on the boss, but you can also spam this on ads, which I'm trying to do to take out this Minotaur. That missed him. That's okay. You also have the cleanse button, which will give you a shield, and you see all the damage hitting this shield will not hit me. Granted, it doesn't last forever. It will run out, but it will recharge very, very quickly. Now, unlike the Vault of Glass, the Relic Super and its Cleanse respawn very, very, very fast. The Super is going to spawn in about 2 seconds. You can also use the R1 strike button when you're in the air to swing around the map quickly like I just did. We will be using the Relic Super to take the boss's shield down, but we're going to want to go back up into our little camping safe haven spot before we do that. So I'm going to move back over here to try and get this stupid invisible Minotaur down, because he's super annoying and we want to get rid of him because he is dangerous. So I'm just going to jump around back here, try to get him to mosey on over here, and then we will be able to use the super and or attacks if he wants to bum rush us, which we will do here. You'll see me do. So I'm going to use the super, but I hit a box like a nub. I feel like I'm back in VOG. I'm going to put up the cleanse shield, he'll rush in, and then I will be able to use our R2 bash attack to take him out. So next up, we're going to get the boss's attention on the left side of this pillar. Once he has that attention, follow my path. We're going to be doing this every single time with the relic. We're going to head back up to our spot, but make sure you get him focused on that left side of that little pillar that I showed you, just like I did. It gives you a little bit of leisure time to make that run before he gets focused on you. And you see, it's dangerous. With grounded on, it is dangerous to come back up here, so be careful. All I'm doing, guys, is waiting for my health to respawn here, and here we go. We're going to be using the super to take down his shield. We will now be able to do damage on the boss. You cannot use the Memory of Fellwinter artifact with this strike. Just be aware of that. That's the one that gives you the double nades and the double melee, but takes your super. You need a super to be able to use the relic. Again, you cannot use the Memory of Fellwinter artifact if you are using it. See here, guys, just jump up, pop off a couple shots, you're taking some damage, fall back, kneel down, you will be protected. After you do some damage, his shield will pop back up, a new relic will spawn, and with the new relic, new adds will come in. Floating rockets on that initial spawn, but now we have a second spawn across the room where we picked up the first relic. Again, float rockets, but these adds will matriculate to your position. So if you don't see them, just give it a sec. They are slowly but surely coming. This is a good time. You could use, Nova Bomb. You could bomb them. You could just use hammers and spam away. Use your nades, use your rockets, use your primary to take them out. The adds aren't ever really going to be overwhelming. They're not really dangerous. The only ones that are dangerous are the little taken snipers that have like the 3 little mini void bombs that will come and track after you once you kill them. They are the only really dangerous enemies. So here's one right there. And you see, his shot does damage, and then he has the little 3 things that come after you, once you kill him. Those are the dangerous guys, so just be aware of them. But all in all, it's not too difficult. Again, remembering, just fast forward here real quick, take out all the adds, make sure the floor's clean, then hop down. And this is our second relic position. It will always be right here. So the first one will always be where I picked it up. Second one will always spawn right there. Again, we're moving back over here just like we did with the first one. Get his attention on the left side of this pillar. Once we do that, we were then going to make our run. But I didn't want to go with half health, so I'm going to wait to recover. Move over to the left side, guys, so he can see you. Then he'll spam that spot, and that is our opportunity to start going. Now I'm going to make the run, making sure to be careful, try not to get hit. but with grounded, you will take some damage. Again, remember your cleanse shield. You can pop up your cleanse shield right there. I forgot about it. It's been a while since I've ran with the Vogue relic, but you can pop that up and it will block his shot, giving you time to recover, and then you can make your move. Now we're using the super to take his shield down, and then we will be able to do some damage on the boss. Again, hopping up slightly, do a couple shots. If you're taking any damage whatsoever, fall back down, kneel down, and you will be perfectly safe. The fight is very easy. The only tense parts are when you're trying to jump back up to this spot. I'm going to do a quick fast forward, just doing damage. His shield is now back up, so new adds are going to be spawning in. Again, using our rockets to spam this first little spawn point right there. And with Gallahorn, guys, you're going to be able to take out that spawn very, very quickly in the majority of those enemies. Again, there's going to be a spawn across the room right there. Again, great to have Gallahorn. If you don't have Gallahorn, perfectly fine, but make sure you are using a rocket launcher for this fight. Truth would be great as well if you don't have Gallahorn. Again, you see, the adds, guys, they're going to come to you. So if you don't see them, just give them a little bit of time and they will make their way to you. Going to have another slower fast forward here. You're not missing anything, guys. Waiting for the adds to come up, using rockets, using my grenades, using my melee because I'm on a hunter, using your super if you need to. I was just saving my super this entire fight if I was ever in trouble. Once you clear the floor, we're jumping down again. Now the relic is right to my right, but we don't want to get it going that direction. I want to get it going the other direction, so we're going to take the long way around. This third position that the relic is in is really funky. It's like in this corner at the base of the steps, and you can get trapped. Your guardian can get stuck. It's really stupid. I'm actually going to switch to Invisnade Hunters for this relic grab just to be safe. So if you want to, you can do that. We're getting this on the run. Do not stand still. Getting it on the pass by. Hold down your square button as you're running past it. You can do that with all of them. Just would highly suggest doing it with that one because that is the dangerous one. Just like the previous two times, guys, come back to this spot right here. We want to get his attention on the left-hand side of whatever the hell this is in front of me, a big cement block, some Vex cement block. Once we get his attention, we are then going to make our run back up to our spot. And you will see here, this can be a little dangerous. I took a little bit more damage than I wanted to, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to jump down to this lower area right here. I know it's a little dark, but I'm just going to use this to recover my health, and then I'll make the rest of the run to our spot. Again, do not forget about the cleanse. You can use that. That's your L1 button. I'm not sure what that is on Xbox. Whatever you use to throw your grenades, Xboxers, that's the button for the cleanse button. You can use that, and the boss's attack will not do damage to you, but again, it doesn't last forever. It only lasts a little bit, and then it will go away, and then it has to recharge. So we made it back to our spot, hanging out, waiting for our health to go back up, and then we're going to use the super to take his shield down. Now for this third relic, the second you take down his shield, more adds are going to spawn after you do a little initial damage on him. So that's just a little added wrinkle for this third relic is you're going to have more add spawn. So do a little damage on boss, time to pop a pack, great time because these adds are going to come in. Once the adds start to come in, focus on the adds. I know the boss is really low. You want to get it done. We're almost done with the Nightfall, but do not focus on the boss, even though I just shot a rocket there. Focus on taking out the adds. You want to get rid of them because the last thing you want to do is have the boss at a sliver and then some stupid hobgoblin, shoots your foot halfway across the room and you're jumping and you get taken out. Going to do a slight fast forward, just clearing out these adds. And guys, if there's adds on the right side and left side, just be going back and forth. Take out some adds on the left side, move back to the right so you're in cover. If there's adds on the right side, do the exact same thing. So if there's adds on the left, go to the right side of this little upper platform and they won't be able to hit you. If there's adds on the right, go to the left side of this little upper platform like I am right now and they won't be able to hit you. Okay, so we got the adds down. I think there's one left underneath me, but I'm not going to worry about that. We can just focus on taking out the boss. Again, hop up, get a couple sniper shots, hop back down, rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat. Also, when you are doing that run, if you're getting in trouble like I did on that third relic run, then just fall back down to the ground and then go back to the spot we were using, to get his attention and just redo the run. If you have a bad run or your health's getting low, then just do that. So there you go. We've done it. You've done it. Not very hard this week. though might be a little difficult for people that have never used the Vogue relic before. There's a ton of people, even in year 1, that have done Vogue a bunch of time that never ever used the relic. Well, that's it, guys. I hope this video was helpful, and I hope it helps you get it done this week. No reward screen, because I've already done it on my Hunter. I did get 22 strange coins my first run through on my Hunter, though. Rip Nightfall rewards. Have a good one, guys. See ya.